Okay, I'm going to add a ceiling to my house, and right now I'm on level 1 for my floor plan. But since I'm going to be making a ceiling, I'm going to go to level 1 of my ceiling plan. So here's my ceiling. I don't see any of my furniture or doors anymore because I'm looking at the ceiling plan. Now under my Home or Architecture tab, I'm going to choose Ceiling. And under Ceiling, you should be able to auto-complete a ceiling by just selecting the rooms you want to have a ceiling. This is my garage, so I'm just going to put a ceiling in every room. And I'm going to choose the compound ceiling 2x4 ACT. And I'm just going to select all of the rooms I want ceilings in. And you'll see them show up with a grid line. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Home, and I'm going to choose Component, and I'm going to load Family. And I'm going to choose Lighting Fixtures. I'm going to make sure that my views are on thumbnails. These are all the different kinds of lighting fixtures, and if you click on them you can see a preview of it right here. This is a pretty typical one, a ceiling linear box, but there's a whole bunch of different lights you can put in. Now if you choose a floor lamp, you're going to have to put it on the floor level. Right now I'm on the ceiling plan, so I'm going to choose ceiling lights, things that have ceiling on them, and anything that looks like it belongs in the ceiling. Table lamps would go on tables, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and load the ceiling light linear box. And when I come over here and click, I can find that there are actually quite a few variations of this. And so if you want a larger one with more wattage, for example, then you can choose that. However, 120 volts is pretty sufficient. And so I'm not going to do a 1x4, I'm actually going to do a 2x4 so that I have larger lights. And when I bring them into the house, you can see where I'm placing it. And you can rotate the lights just like you do on the other component. So I want these things to be evenly spaced out. Don't just randomly put them in places. And you can see that I can also choose the distance that I want everything. Now let's say that a 2x4 is too large. I can come back in here and choose something else. I go 1x4. And so now it's a narrower light. So choose the lights that you would like to choose, but you do need to light up your different rooms, otherwise you won't be able to see them once it comes to rendering. So I'll click 4 lights into this room. And I'm going to escape. Hit escape a few times. Now that I have my light selected, I can choose the distance that I want it to be from this wall, for example. So let's say I want it to be 3 feet. And then from this window here is where it's measuring to, but we basically want these things to be evenly spaced out. Notice that when I lock on, I can actually lock on to this light right here, and this light right here is 8 feet 9 inches. So I'll make this 8 feet exactly, and then I can make sure that they're all aligned with each other. So you want symmetry with your lighting fixtures. This one's 3 feet, this one's 3 feet, and you can also nudge them with your arrow keys on the keyboard into position. So you need to make sure that your house is sufficiently lighted. Now you can go to the floor plan and add floor lamps as well. The lighting, there's no specific requirement except that when you go to render your pictures of your interior rooms that is, you're going to have to make sure that it's lit well enough. And if you only use outdoor light and you have no interior lights, then your rooms are going to be very dark and you're not going to be able to see what's going on inside them. So make sure that you add a ceiling to your floor plan and that you create lights for different rooms. They may be overhead lights, They may be floor lights, they may be desk lights as well.